Hey, Heidi here, and I am in Utah right now, and we are spending some time here, and I wanted to go live and paint because it is fall, and I'm so excited. So we're going to be talking about how to do your first guinea pig party while I am painting this fall floral. So please say hi, tell me where you're from whenever you come on here, and let me know if you have ever done a guinea pig paint party. Okay, so, and I'll talk about what a guinea pig paint party is and how you can do that. But first, we're just gonna draw our pumpkin on here. Just kind of freehand it, nothing serious. Almost like little parentheses. So I'm just using a little bit of different colors and doing almost parentheses so that I can get them on there. Hi, Denise. Oh, good. Let me know if you're excited about this painting. And if you're in Paint Party Headquarters, of course, you have access to use this right now to be making money for fall. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. And today I'm going to talk about two things. Number one, the power of your words, because Lord knows I need some help with that. And number two, we're also going to be talking about how to do a guinea pig party or a practice party. I'm actually in an Airbnb right now, so if you see a bed behind me, that's why. And we are traveling right now. We're in Utah for the month, and so we're kind of traveling around and looking at the area, all of that good stuff while we're working. So I brought all my paints, my laptop, all my work with me, and have been working from the road. It's been quite the adventure. And it's the longest I've been away from Pixie. So I'm kind of starting to freak out a little, but I'm okay. Let's see, love it with the pumpkin as the vase. Oh, good. Yeah, I've done this one a couple different ways with the vase and then also with the pumpkin as the vase. So if you accidentally mess up, which pumpkins can be anyway, because I mean, if you've ever been to the grocery store, they're all different shapes. But if you feel like you didn't like that shape, don't worry, because look, the bottom, we cover it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so I want to talk to you about doing a practice party. First off, let me know the fastest way to cash. Does anybody know my pop quiz question? What is your fastest way to cash? How can you take some random paints you have in your art studio, your craft room, maybe your dining room table? And yes, I did bring a ring light on traveling, so you see to my glasses. I'm trying to wear my glasses more because I've noticed I've gotten massive headaches, like looking in the camera for long periods of time. Let me know if you've struggled with that too. I don't know. It feels like if I wear the blue light glasses, it gets a little bit better. Lisa, you've done home parties? Nice. Okay, good. I want you to be thinking about what practice party you can do and what you can do with just a few of your paints at home. Because a lot of times people go, oh, I want to do a paint party, but then they try to do 400 things and they realize like they don't do it because they get overwhelmed. So I'm going to kind of walk you through while I'm painting just how to do a practice party and how easy it is, okay? Step one, check your own art studio that you already have. Some of my very first paint parties were all done with the paint I already had in my home and mismatched brushes from my home. So it does not have to be perfect, okay? So that's step number one. So let me know in the comments, just do a check or a heart if you have some paint at home. Let me know if you have glitter at home. Did you know you can write off glitter when you run a paint party business? It's the coolest thing ever. I'm like, oh, I need that glitter. Well, actually, I don't just need it. My business needs it. It's pretty awesome. Even though we're a house divided and Bobby hates glitter, it's still pretty awesome. So let me know if you have paints at home or if you have basically, any kind of random brushes, because you're going to be able to do this without having to come up with anything, okay? Basically, just grab what you have, And then what I want you to do, oh good, very good, Lisa. She has paints and glitter. So here's the coolest part about this. I don't want you to go try to get a business license. I don't want you to immediately go join the Chamber of Commerce. I don't want you to go get a DBA. I don't want any of that at the beginning. I just want you to grab your paints, your brushes, ask your neighbor, ask your sister, ask your kids, ask your grandkids, whoever, just say, hey, come over. We're gonna paint a fun pumpkin. That's it. There's no pressure. There's nothing hard about that. Just get a tablecloth. Literally, this tablecloth is from Walmart or the dollar store. A dollar tablecloth. I literally packed, to do this right here, I just packed a bag with my, a luggage bag with paints and brushes and all of that. But like, seriously, all you need is just a few spots on your dining room table and a couple of people. You don't even have to charge them, and just practice. Okay, so when you do that, it's called a guinea pig party. So let me know if you hear it. Just type out practice party or guinea pig party. I want to see who's on here so I can say hi too. I love saying hi. And then let me go ahead and add some of this up here. We're going to add another flower. Just kind of pick another flower maybe right in here. Again, this is very loose, nothing serious. And this is so, so fun to paint, by the way. So if you're in Paint Party headquarters, you know you already have rights to use this as a design to make money. If you're not in Paint Party headquarters, you can still teach a pumpkin. You can teach something fun as your practice party. So feel free to just teach something fun. And honestly, if you're just doing a practice party, I'm okay if you use this one to, do a practice party. Then if you want to join Paint Party headquarters, I think we have the doors open again in November. So you have a couple months still, but we'll open them again in November for new members. All right, so we're going to grab this. I had paints, brushes, and palette knives. Oh, good, Nikki. Nikki, can I borrow your palette knife? Oh, good. I see practice party. Good job. And then, oh, thank you, Cam. That's awesome. Hello, Vanessa. Yeah, definitely. I forgot I think that's the one thing I did forget was my palette knives. But I have kind of like a plastic fork. I might just use that for it. You want to see me improvise with a plastic fork? Okay, so this flower is a little wonky, but that's okay. All right, it's not the end of the world. And then I'm going to go in, I'm going to rinse my brush. Thanks, Nikki. I appreciate you. Okay, so I'm going to rinse my brush, and now I'm going to go in with, I already have it, deep ochre. And I'm using this because it makes me feel like Bob Ross. It makes me feel fun. So I'm just kind of using this. I'm going to put another big flower up here. And this one is just going to be, let me see if y'all can see that. Just almost like little fingers coming off here. Just choop, choop. And you have to make that noise to make it work. Choop, choop, choop. I don't know why, the noise helps. Definitely helps. Choop. We're going to make it go behind. And then I'm just going to fill this in so we can have a few variations of colors. Okay, so we're going over practice party. Roseanne, this one's in Paint Party headquarters. And so for all of you that are PPHQ members, let me know in the comments. Just put PPHQ or hashtag PPHQ. You already have access to this, and you can use it for hats. You can use it for whatever. And then any of you that are not in Paint Party headquarters and you're thinking about making some awesome money this fall and Christmas, I don't mind if you use this just to do a practice party where you're not making money with it, but just to paint it. I mean, I'm teaching you how to paint it right here. Just to paint it. Hey, Rosine and Denise. You can paint it. And then if you decide later you want to start making money from it, we'll open the doors in November for Paint Party headquarters. We usually open the doors twice a year. And so We open them in August and November. So if you are interested, make sure to mark your calendar so you don't miss. And we may be going up on price. We're still in talks with that, but the one for November, we will be the same price. And then if we go up in price, it'll be for new members in the new year for 2025. Oh, is this just for adults or doing paint parties for money? Oh, this is doing paint parties for money. Nikki, can kids be a part of Paint Party Headquarters? You know, kids can sign up for it for sure. If, you know, I would definitely probably have their parents like oversee, depending on how old the kid is. Like I know Pixie, you know, she's running, while I'm out of town, she's actually running a paint party for me of 30 people. And so, but she's done them so long, she kind of knows what to do. But if she didn't, I would give her these trainings to watch, you know. Okay, so we got that on there. Let me go ahead and rinse my brush. I'm going to go to, let me see if I brought my red. Let me check my luggage bag. So I have all my paints and stuff in this luggage that I packed, and then also in a Tupperware, because I packed some Christmas stuff. That's a pink. I think I had a red. Here we go. Okay, brilliant red. That's what I was looking for. So I'm going to use this red with a little bit of the spiced pumpkin to kind of get a different shade going on. And because I am not at my house, I'm in an Airbnb right now, I am trying very hard not to get this paint on their walls or any of that, because like right here is their white wall, and yeah, we don't want to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my middle brush, the round, and then I'm just going to mix these together. All right, and then I'm just going to kind of pick some spots and start doing almost like little round dashes. Let me put this up so you can see it a little bit closer. So once you get a couple of friends or family members, again, it could just be your spouse, it could be your sister, whoever, just get a little tablecloth and then literally just say, hey, let's, you know, have our favorite drinks and let's just paint together and have some fun. Turn on some great music. If you want our paint party playlist, we have it for free. Just put, please give me the paint party playlist, and we'll get that to you. But it's, you know, you can grab that for free so you can be rocking out. I always have people just so happy with the music at the paint parties. And then just have fun. Literally just walk them through how to paint and see how you like it. That is the easiest way versus going, oh my gosh, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. And then you've worked yourself up into a frenzy. Like, nobody's got time for a frenzy. Ain't nobody got time for a frenzy. And I'm the worst at that. I'll work myself up into a frenzy all the time. And then I also noticed too, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about power of our words. And if it's okay, let me know if you want to hear about this, but kind of that power of our words and the fear of failure. I talk about this. I haven't talked about it in a while, but I feel like so many of us need to just hear it, be reminded of it. One of the things that I see, you know, that I've actually struggled with a lot is I would have like this paralyzing fear of like, oh my gosh, who's going to see me do this? Is somebody going to think I'm crazy? Like even coming here to Utah is like, oh my gosh, if I wanted to do a paint party, like I got to start over just like everybody else, right? Like if I'm in a different area. And so immediately, even though I've been doing this for nearly 2 decades, the fear creeps in. Immediately the fear goes, oh my gosh, is it going to be okay? Is somebody going to laugh at me? Is somebody going to reject me? And so I want you to remember, like I've talked about this, you know, years in the past too, how we need to dream big. You know, I feel like God gives us big dreams. I feel like God gives us, you know, certain dreams, and then we reach those dreams, and then he gives us more dreams, right? He gives us, so, you know, when I was a teacher for 10 years. And I remember having this dream classroom, you know, it was by a window, which if you've ever been a teacher, you know a window is where it's at. I was by a window. I had a kiln. I had, 850 students. It was in a great school district. Like all the things that, for a teacher was valuable to me. And then I taught there, and then I remember just being like, this isn't my dream anymore. Like I just felt so guilty, I don't know if you've ever had that feeling, like so guilty that like, this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing anymore. And I remember one day I was letting the 5th graders, we had like an art club that morning, and it was like 7:45 and the bell was about to ring, and I was letting them go, and I was standing in the doorway of the classroom letting these kids go back to their class. And it was almost like I felt like God say, okay, you've conquered this dream. You can go after a new one. And it was the first time I felt like, oh my gosh, like there's different chapters in our life. There's different levels in our life. There's different parts of our life, right? Like just because we accomplish a goal or a dream doesn't mean that we stay there forever. And it was really until that moment in that doorway that I thought, oh, like that's what it's about. Like God gives us a dream, a passion, a desire. And then when we conquer it, our world, it's almost like a video game. Like our world unlocks to another one. You reach the level in Mario Brothers where all of a sudden, you've reached something else and you're like, oh my gosh, like this is something else I can try, right? And so I think a lot of times we get so nervous to try something, and then when we finally do and we reach that goal, we think, well, who am I to want more? How dare I want more? God already gave me this, right? But that's part of progress. That's part of evolving. That's part of what God does. He gives you lots of dreams, not just one. So I think it's important that we dream big and we fail fast. That's another thing. We can have all these dreams, but if we don't do anything to actually try to make anything happen, we don't take action. Years and years ago, I worked in corporate with numbers and spreadsheets. Can you believe that? I was in charge of spreadsheets. Oh my gosh. Why would somebody do that? I should not be in charge of spreadsheets. Oh, that's cool. So, Nikki, I'm still in Texas. I'm still in Granbury. We're just here for a month, just checking things out. Paint parties as a student. Now he had on my heart to be a teacher. Oh, that's amazing. I love that, Nikki. What was I saying? Anybody else do that? You start something and then, what was I talking about? What was it? It'll come back to me. Can somebody help remind me? I forgot what I was saying. Oh my gosh, it will come back. Give it a minute. It'll come back. I know it will. It always does. What was it? Oh, spreadsheets. And nobody should have given me rights to a spreadsheet. Anyway, I remember I was working, doing spreadsheets, working at this corporate job, and it wasn't where I was supposed to be. And I was there for 5 years. And so I remember everything in my life, I tried to paint at home and stuff like that, but for the most part, I was in the mix of that corporate world. And so it took time, to change my direction. It took time. Oh, thank you, Ed. Ed, Heidi, that's awesome. Oh, thank you. It took time to change my direction, and it definitely took time to realize, like, okay, this isn't where I was supposed to be. But that's the thing. Like, I couldn't have just been like, oh, I want this beautiful creative world. I want to have paint everywhere with me. I want to, create and paint and do this kind of thing for a living without taking some bold actions that require stepping out in fear. And so when I talk to you about watching your words, when I talk to you about taking action, I totally understand and know this with all of my soul, because I've done it multiple times and continue to do it today. I know you're going to be scared. I know it's going to be uncomfortable. When's the last time you've done something that was new? I mean, even, joining a gym or going to a new place, like there's going to be times when it feels uncomfortable, right? But if you want to reach your big dreams, if you want to go after maybe it's you just wanted to have your own little art studio, or maybe you want paintings and stuff all around, right? Like that was my world. I just wanted art and painting to surround my life. Well, in a corporate world, it wasn't doing that. And so, it didn't happen overnight, but then I became an art teacher. Then art teaching led me to, I ended up bankrupt. But after the bankruptcy, I ended up starting a business. And all of that ended up just, slowly evolving into what it is today. So I want you to not be discouraged. I want you to know that, okay, it does take action, but the action I'm asking you to take is not hard. It's literally grabbing your own paints, your own mismatched brushes, we all have them, and teaching a cousin, a friend, a neighbor, a sister, a brother, a spouse, whoever. I'm going to use some gold now because it's my favorite. Whoever, teaching them a guinea pig paint party. Whether that's a pumpkin, it could just be a fun little event you do. Just a fun little free event. I'm going to put some gold on some of this. You're not charging, so you don't have to worry about the fear of money. We'll talk about that again in another time. Oh, and by the way, if you're new to me, welcome. Hi. I teach people how to make money teaching paint parties. And this is your first step. Just do a guinea pig party. And I'm okay with you even using this if you want. And if you decide you want to make money with my designs, then make sure to join us in November when we open the doors to Paint Party Headquarters. We open them a couple times a year. So right now they are not officially open, but we will have them. We usually open them in August and November. So 2 times a year, and the rest of the time we are full force helping all of our members. It's been really cool to see all their progress. Okay, so I think I saw a question on here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, if you haven't read my book, I think it's 99 cents on Audible if you want to grab it. What's the best way to get my husband on board? Oh, and Nikki, I want to be in this beautiful painting world. I love that sentence. And you can be, Nikki. Power of your words. What's the best way to get my husband on board? So here's the thing I like to say, because paint parties, like, your husband more than likely is working a full-time job. What I recommend is having, like, if you have a kid that can help, or maybe a youth at your church, like, maybe there's somebody looking for extra hours, you can have them help you with certain things. Or at the beginning, like, I was always doing stuff by myself at the beginning. A lot of times it's hard to get our spouses on board if it's not bringing in money yet, right? Like, hey, come, I know you're tired from work, but come help me do this thing that's not bringing any money. And so that's why I teach a profit every party. And I think sometimes we have to kind of show our family that we are dedicated to this. They want to see if you're dedicated first, right? So they want to see if you're dedicated before they start jumping on board. So you gotta give them a little grace with that, because they may have seen stuff that you said, oh, I'm gonna do in the past, and then maybe you didn't follow through. I am a prime example of that. There's been many, many things I have said I'm gonna do in the past, and then I don't stick to them. So sometimes it's a matter of just like giving our spouse, some grace, because they're wanting to make sure you're legit on board with this. And then what's kind of cool is, when you really do get legit and start treating it like a business, what happens is you go teach a party and you make $1,000 in one night, and they see that it's $1,000 in one night. Like, next time you need help setting up for a party that makes $1,000 in one night, usually they're pretty on board. They're like, okay, this sounds good. This is making us money. I don't have my palette knife, and so I know I asked one of y'all to borrow one, but it might be a little tricky to get it to me. So I'm just gonna use my middle brush and just pretend like I'm putting some leaves in here. But yeah, so it's just like, once they start seeing that, wait, this is legit money and you're really making legit money, like, it's hard for them to deny that this is really something that's making money. And I know for me and Bobby, it was like, okay, this is a party of 30. Like, I need some help. We're making this amount of money. And then it was, okay, he got home from work. He's willing to sacrifice because he knows it's helping our family. So when I first started teaching paint parties, everything was about what can I do to make money to pay the bills? Like that's all of it was about that. But then I started realizing once I started getting into it more that it was so much more than that. It was so much more about like having social time. I know for a lot of us, especially when we are creatives and we work at home and, maybe we paint at home all the time, it can be really tough to get outside of ourselves and go be around other people. I know a lot of people think I'm like full on extrovert, but I am half introvert, half extrovert. Let me know if that's you too. Like I love to talk and be social, but I have to have my time alone. Like have to have my time. So I want you to make sure, let's see. I'm new. You live where I did here, fire drill day. Oh, that's cool, Andrew. Where do you live? Let me see if it's where I lived before or now. So you have to go, you have to be willing. Uh-oh, I need some black right there. Hold on. Let me go. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Yeah, I forgot a little black right here too. Yeah, so I'm going to add some reds and then we're about done. Maybe some of this kind of orangish twist color too. It's a really simple painting. I don't know how long I've been live on here, but this is me talking, teaching, and painting sideways. So just think if you were really focused on it or teaching this, it would be way cuter, of course. It'd be way cuter and you wouldn't be painting it sideways. But yeah, so I'm kind of challenging you. I'm challenging you to take action, dream big, fail fast. It's important to know that failure is a part of progress. So many people get so scared to fail, where I'm like, what'd you fail at? What'd you fail at today? Like literally, start having that relationship with failure as it's something that's part of the process versus something that's not. Because once you start having that relationship with failure, it changes everything. It changes the way you look at your progress. Because for example, if you're going to do this, you're going to have parties sometimes where you have 10 people signed up, you made $300, cash profit. Then you're going to have parties where you've had 50 people and you're like on top of the world. And then you're going to have parties where maybe 2 people sign up. It is legit part of it. I have been doing this for almost 2 decades, almost 20 years I've been teaching paint parties. And I can tell you from a person who actively teaches paint parties, as soon as I get back home, I have a party of 50 that I'm getting ready for. But from a person who actively right now teaches paint parties, I can tell you that I will feel like a rock star with those 50. And then I might have one that doesn't have as many. And I'm like, oh, used to I took it personally. And now I'm like, no, it's a part of the game. It's a part of the process. And so if we take out all the emotions, and I know we're artists, I know we're sensitive, I am too. If we take out the emotions and start looking at it as a business like it is, all of a sudden it's like we've gained our power back. All of a sudden it's like, oh, this is just a problem to solve. This doesn't mean that I'm awful. This doesn't mean that I shouldn't do this. This is just a problem. This is just a marketing. I just need to change something up. I just need to think about things differently. So I just wanted to share that with you. So here we go. If you are wanting to do your practice party, let me know. Just put practice party in. Oh, my little ring light's crazy. Put practice party in the comments if you want so we can cheer you on. Again, if you're in Paint Party Headquarters, this full recording is already in Paint Party Headquarters for you to use to make money. If you are not in Paint Party Headquarters, that's okay. I am totally okay with you using this as a practice party. Now, what that means is grab a couple of friends, teach them how to do this. And then if you want to start using all of my paintings and marketing for your paint parties, mark your calendars for the beginning of November. We're opening the doors for a few days. So check that out. Make sure you mark your calendar so you don't forget. So go write it on your paper calendar or whatever it is. And then go ahead and start with the practice party. get started. Now is game time. I don't want you to miss out on this. And if you want to follow more of what we're doing in Utah right now, go to my Instagram. It's Texas Art and Soul _ So there's an underscore after it. If you want to check that out, I've been doing a ton of stories on there so you can kind of follow what we've been doing. All right, I hope you had fun. Let me know if you like this and if you want me to do more painting and talks. If so, I'll do more. All right, I hope you have a great day.